Är det fortfarande?
Good afternoon, everyone. I guess it depends on where you are. It's good afternoon or good morning. But welcome to Riga Lager, and specifically the Riga Lager University Room and the virtual Prego Expo. I am so glad you are all here joining us this morning. It's unfortunate that we can't be together in person, face to face. We love that. We love to see all of you folks. But in the environment we're in today, this is the safe way to do it, and we want to keep you safe and us safe. So anyway, welcome. So what's Riga Lager? It's not a beer. It's not the best beer for babies, right? Riga Lager, that's what you think. No, we are a distributor, and we distribute 5 great baby brands. And today we're going to give you a little teaser about all of them, because what we want you to do is come to our booth and see us there, okay? Now, before I get started talking about all these great brands, I do want to say to all of you out there that are watching, congratulations. You're expecting, you've just had a baby. It's wonderful. Seriously, congratulations. We really appreciate that you let us at Riga Lager be a part of this journey with you. We know how important it is to you. It's a huge part of your life, and we have products that are hopefully going to make that a lot easier for you and make it more fun and enjoyable. So anyway, let's get started. Like I said, Riga Lager, 5 different brands. Oh yeah, who am I? Who's talking to you? I'm Jeff Durkee. I'm the Director of Sales here at Riga Lager. I've been with the company forever, and I've been in the baby business for over 30 years. So I've learned a thing or two along the way. So one of the things that if you're just expecting, especially if you're just expecting your first baby, hasn't even come into your mind, right? Right now you're thinking about all this cute stuff and swaddles and things you need like diaper pails, but you probably haven't even thought about child-proofing, baby-proofing your home. And that is a big deal. Usually when parents start to think about this is as soon as that baby becomes mobile, right? You know, around 6 months of age, they start crawling around and you go, oh my gosh, my house is not safe at all. We've got an issue. So anyway, we're gonna start with a brand that we have called Kudos. And Kudos is all about a higher standard of safety. Now what does that mean? Isn't everything that's sold in the baby industry or home safety safe? Well, you know, there are things that are safe and there are things that are safer, right? Think about your cars that you can buy, right? You know you can buy a car that's good and safe and it meets all the standards, but you also know if you could buy a more expensive car maybe, it would have more safety features. You know that. But we don't always think about that with home safety products. In fact, even when we got into the business with Kudos years back, one thing we didn't know that in the small products, all the stuff we're going to talk about in a minute here, these latches and locks and things, there are no safety standards in the United States or Canada right now. They are working on implementing them, but right now there are none, which means that anybody, any company can make anything, put it on the shelf, call it safe, and sell it to you. Well, at Kudos, we thought that was not the right way to do things, so we tried to make products that are of a higher standard of safety. So when you use them, you can be confident in knowing that they're going to work, they're going to be easy to install, and it's going to be safe for you and your child. Okay, so let's start with gates. Gates do have safety standards here in North America, and of course, the Kudos gates meet all those safety standards, US, Canada, but what we also do is we meet the tougher European safety standards. And one of the safety standards that they have in Europe is what's called a push-out test. Because think about it, if you have a child that's 1.5, 2 years old, whatever, they're running around your house, they're not going to come up very gently and touch your gate and try to get through it. They're probably going to drive their big wheel into it or their tricycle, or they're going to run into it. Well, that European push-out test looks for that, okay? And all the Kudos gates meet those European safety standards. But here's the other thing about baby-proofing. You know, when we think about it, we think about gates all over the house and maybe corner protectors or outlet plugs. Those are kind of the most common things that parents think about. But remember, you know, there's a lot of other stuff. And sometimes when you think about it, you're like, oh man, I've got this gorgeous home. I don't want this stuff all over the place. Well, that's the other thing that we do at Kudos. We believe that baby proofing doesn't have to be ugly. And right here is a perfect example of that. This is our crystal pressure mounted gate that I have here on my little stairwell. I've got a hardware mount gate at the top of the stairs. That's one very important thing. You want to make sure you never use a pressure mount gate at the top of the stairs, because every pressure mount gate has one of these bars at the bottom. So if you're using that at the top of the stairs, it becomes a trip hazard. So never use a pressure mount gate at the top of the stairs. Always use a hardware mount. There's your little nickel knowledge for the day. But notice how gorgeous this gate is. It looks beautiful. It's not going to be a detractor in your home. And we make these super easy to install. This kudos hardware mount gate, crystal gate. There's not an easier gate to install in the market, folks. It's 4 screws, 2 on each side. We call these the fast mount rails. The hardware mount gate comes with a baseboard kit. So if you have a short baseboard, we can work with it. If you have quarter round moldings by your baseboards, these gates will work with it. All the kudos hardware and pressure mount gates will work with that. And here's just a little scanning. We also do make, aside from our beautiful crystal mount, pressure mount gates and hardware mount gates, we do make a more traditional metal gates to fit all the needs that you might have. So now we'll slide down and talk a little bit about the home safety items. Here's our little mini kitchen area where we test our latches and locks, and we do test to different standards. So we do that here in our little studio, our university. Outlet covers, we've got all the basics. Outlet covers, corner protectors. But here's an interesting tidbit we learned actually, when we developed kudos, we actually had baby proofers come in and talk to us. We had about 20 of them right here in our offices and tell us all their different pain points and what are the issues. And one of the things they said was, in modern homes today, they put outlets every like 6 or 8 feet on a wall. And over 50% of the outlets in any home go unused. So we thought, well, why not make something that covers both of those at the same time? So we created the double outlet plug, which is something that allows you to cover both outlets in one easy move. If you have outlets that maybe you use them more frequently, you can use our single outlet plugs or our sliding outlet covers. But the idea here is, folks, that it's going to be very simple and easy for you to use. One of the trickier things to do is actually installing latches in cabinets, because you think about it, you put the catch in up underneath, but then in order to line the latch up, you have to close the door. So how are you going to do that? And that's what we thought about when we were developing these. So we give you an installation tool so that you get the latch and the catch in the drawers, whether you're using standard traditional latches or whether you're using a magnet latch. It's going to install easily. And you probably don't want to drill into your gorgeous cabinets. We make all of our latches so that you can use them with an adhesive that is going to work. Here's another piece of nickel knowledge for you. When you're installing adhesive mount latches and locks, you want to make sure the surface is clean, number one. So we recommend just cleaning the surface with a little rubbing alcohol before you install those. And then here's the other big one. You can't just go yank on it right away. You've got to wait 24 hours for that adhesive to settle. So that's a really important thing. Okay, what have I missed? Anything? We've got beautiful things. I mean, look at the stove guard, right? You've just done your kitchen over, or you've bought a new home, you've got a gorgeous kitchen, it's the showpiece of your house, right? Everybody knows whenever you have friends over, whenever you have a party, everybody gathers in the kitchen. You don't want necessarily ugly baby-proofing things. We've got this gorgeous heat-resistant aluminum stove guard that protects from little kids getting their hands up to the hot stove, but it still looks nice. It removes easily for washing. So we covered all the bases there. Okay, so that's just a little teaser. Like I said, come to the Kudos safety booth and you will learn all about all these products. But think about it now. Like I said, you're probably not thinking about it now. I hope I didn't lose you. You're not like sleeping somewhere. Put these things on your registry. You want a beautiful gate, you're gonna need it. You know you're gonna need it. Just put them on your registry. Okay, let's slide on down to the next brand we want to talk about. Let's talk about Dekor. If there's one thing we know, it's that babies make a lot of these. In fact, the numbers that we've put together show that in the lifetime that your baby is in diapers, they're going to make between 6,000 and 9,000 of these, okay? That's a lot of diapers. So what we tried to do at Dekor, and Dekor is our longest running brand. We've actually been selling this for 20 years. So it's been around for a long time, and the reason is because it works. There's another brand out there that's been out there for a long time. They've got a big name, and that's one of the reasons they're out there is because they've got a big name. But this product doesn't have the big name, but it works. And that's why people have loved it. And in fact, last year we grew almost 30% with Dekor, with a 20-year-old brand, because it works. Okay, I know I've said it works enough times. Now let me show you how it works. Take one of these pails right off. And like I said, you know, you're going to be changing a bunch of diapers. So the diaper disposal part, what you want is you want this to be easy, right? How about step, drop, done? That's it. You notice I didn't have to bend over. I didn't have to reach in. I didn't have to push or squish or twist or do any of that stuff. Close the lid. And when you know, if you haven't had a baby, here's how it's going to work. You're going to change that diaper. You're going to pick that baby up. You got the dirty diaper in your hand. So you don't have a second hand to like open a lid and then try to get the diaper in. So step, drop, and done is what you want. Super easy, right? That's it. That's all there is to it. It's got a whisper close lid, so it closes nice and softly. Doesn't make a lot of noise. Again, you're changing diapers in the middle of the night. That's important. What else is important about a diaper pail? Well, we want a diaper pail that is not going to stink all the time, right? Now, let's be real, folks, right? We know we're putting poo in the diaper pail. So poo is stinky. So you can't leave it in there for a month and think that any diaper pail is going to keep the stink in there. But here's what we do to help reduce the odor in the nursery. First thing we do is the pail is made of what's called ABS plastic. And this is really important because, you know, a lot of consumers, when they think about diaper pails, they think metal pails aren't going to absorb odors because they're metal, which is true. But not all plastics absorb odors either. And the reason that we use ABS plastic is because it's a closed cell plastic, so it won't absorb odors. Cheaper pails, other pails, they use polypropylene, and that will absorb odors, okay? And then once the pail gets a stink, you can't get rid of it. So it's really important to understand that. But that's also why this pail is less expensive than some of the more expensive metal pails. Now, other things we do to help keep the odors in besides the ABS plastic, we have a silicone seal here. Then under our trap door here, the odor keeper trap door, we have another seal there. So we have two seals to help keep the odors in. You can see that the creases on the pail are all really tight, so it helps to keep the odors in. But the last thing that we do is our liner system. It's a continuous refill liner. So there are no preset bags, there's no perforations, no holes in it. It's just one big long liner. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, oh, I don't want to have to buy special bags. They're expensive, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. It's not the bag that determines how many diapers go in the pail. It's the size of the pail. It's this right here. So our refill liner fits right in there perfectly. And by the way, if we pretend this is all full of diapers, and how many diapers will this hold? This is our plus pail. This will hold up to 60 newborn diapers. That's right, 60 newborn diapers. But you don't have to wait that long. You know, if you're breastfeeding your baby, the baby poop doesn't stink. You can fill a lot more diapers in there. But once you start to feed that baby formula and solid foods, the poop goes off the chart in terms of smell. You're going to think an alien is taking over your sweet, cute little baby. You're not going to know what's happening, but it's real. So you can empty this as often as you like, and you're not wasting refill. It's not like I put a whole bag in here. I've got 10 diapers in there, and I've just got to empty it. This is continuous refill, so you're only going to use what you need. So I'm going to just reach in. If I pretend this is full, I've got a cutter right here. I cut this right there. I tie that up. That goes in the trash. I make a new knot, and I'm ready to go. It doesn't get any simpler than that, and you don't waste. So let me give you one more visual that'll show you what we're talking about with waste. Because I know a lot of people think, oh, I just want to use a regular kitchen trash bag. Well, this is a regular kitchen trash bag with 35 newborn diapers in it. And it's like I said, it's the size of the pail that determines how many diapers go in. And you can see if I use a regular kitchen trash bag, I waste 3/4 of the bag. This is 35 newborn diapers in our refill. So there's no waste. So it's very economical, okay? Our refills come in handy 2-pack, no matter which size pail you have. This is an example of our plus refills, and these are actually the biodegradable refills. We make refills that are biodegradable and some that are not. It's your choice which ones you want to use. And we have 3 different size pails. We have the plus, which is the biggest, a classic, and a mini. The Plus and the Classic are really your two workhorses. Those are the ones you're going to want the most because you do want them to hold a certain amount of diapers. However, we made the Mini because a lot of people have like a second room in the house that they change diapers in. Like maybe you have your Plus or your Classic pail in the nursery where you change the most often, but then maybe there's a second bathroom on a different floor in your house. Or what about grandparents? Grandparents are super involved in helping to raise our kids these days. So maybe the baby stays with the grandparents 1 day a week. They want someplace to throw the diapers. The Mini is perfect for them. All the pails operate exactly the same way. It's just different sizes. Here's another cool thing we did. You know, after selling Dekor a few years back when we first started, consumers started letting us know that, you know, oh, my toddler now watches me throw diapers in here and thinks it's really cool. And he put daddy's cell phone or his car keys in there or his Legos in there. So we added a little lock off up on here so you can lock the trap door closed. But what's nice is it's underneath the lid. So the baby doesn't see it. The toddler won't see it because, you know, kids are really clever. They watch us doing things and they'll figure it out. So the fact that it's not right here where they can see it and play with it, that's a good thing. Another thing, maybe some of you are out there thinking about using cloth diapers. Well, here's one of the things you notice about cloth diapers. They are bigger than disposable diapers. So the opening size of your diaper pail really matters. And we've actually measured all the competitors' diaper pail openings that are on the market and ours, and the Plus opening is the largest out there. It's the biggest one that's available. So if you're going to be using cloth diapers, that's what you want. And here's another nice thing, is that you can actually pop the diaper insert out. So if you're using really big cloth diapers, it, you know, especially like all-in-ones, you start to get up to size 4 and start 5, those are pretty big diapers. So the fact that you can pop this out is nice. Most people rinse their cloth diapers, so there's not as much issue of stink in there. And you'll probably get somewhere between 12 and 15 cloth diapers in there before you need to change it. And what are you changing? Why, Jeff, I'll tell you. Right here, you have our cloth diaper liner. This goes in the pail just like our regular liners, except what this allows you to do is your cloth diapers go in here. It's a nice waterproof drawstring wet bag. When it's time to launder, you just take these to the laundry room, dump them into your machine, put the bag in with them, put a clean bag in the pail, and you're ready to go. And we sell our cloth liners in a 2-pack, and that's $24.95. Okay, got to move along. I can see the time is ticking. We'll go on to our next brand, which is Love to Dream. A lot of you are thinking about swaddling, and you need to know, what is it I want to do? Well, you want simple, and you want the baby to sleep. And here's something really important to note. This is a little picture of babies sleeping. Notice that all of them have their arms up. That's right. So your baby's got their arms up. That's their natural position. What's the benefit to the baby of sleeping in that position? At night when they wake up, they can do what's called self-soothing, which is just stroking their hands or sucking on their fingers, and they will put themselves back to sleep. The Love to Dream Swaddle Up is a single zip sleep suit. So it's easy for parents, but it's got a dual zipper so that at nighttime when you're doing diaper changes, you don't have to unswaddle the baby. No noisy Velcro, none of that stuff. That's crazy talk. This also is made of a cotton elastane blend, so it gives the baby a nice snug feel around the torso. That's going to be comforting for them. They're going to stay in that. We call that stage 1. They're going to stay in that up until they start to want to roll over, which is somewhere around 3 to 6 months. Then you have to transition them out of swaddling because the next phase, they need their hands free so when they roll over, they can push up off the mattress and be safe. This is stage 2. This is our transition bag. You take one wing off, let the baby get used to that feeling of having one arm out for a couple of nights, then take the second wing off. Now you've transitioned the baby out of swaddling. They roll over, they've got their hands free, and they're safe to push up off the mattress. All right, scooting along. Next brand we're going to talk to you about is Nomi. Nomi is an awesome high chair brand. Okay? Basically, think about this. You know, there's so many products out there on the market that you're going to use, and you're going to use it for a couple of months, 6 months, 2 years, and then you're going to put it in a closet and you're not going to use it again. You know, you buy a beautiful $1,000, $1,500 stroller, use it for 2 years, and that's it. The Nomi is going to last with you. This is a European design, And in Europe, they like to have family mealtime. That's really important. They want all the kids and the parents, everybody at the table together. Now, in order to get the kids at the table with you comfortably, first thing you have to do is get the child up to the table, which is almost the easy part. But here's the really important part. You have to get the floor up to the child, because we don't even think about it as adults. When we sit with our feet on the floor, if I want to reach for something, it's the fact that my feet are on the floor that allows me to do that. Plus, it's just more comfortable. I mean, think about if you ever sit in a bar stool, not that I'm, insinuating anything, but if you ever go to a bar and sit in a bar stool, the first thing you do is you look for a place to put your feet, because having your feet dangling is not comfortable. Kids are no different. They need that floor. That's their stable base that lets them do everything. Now, as your baby grows, you're going to simply turn these knobs and you're going to lower the footrest as their feet grow. And eventually, at around 2 years of age, you can take this restraint and harness completely off. And then you have the Nomi chair. This becomes this. And you use this up until as long as you want, really. I mean, it's going to continue to grow. You can see how we have it set here for an adult. This will support 330 pounds. 330 pounds in a high chair. Come on. So this is going to last you a long time. Normally, you start with this at around 6 months when babies can sit up. That's pretty normal for a high chair. But you can buy the Nomi baby attachment. This piece goes on the stem you've already got in your high chair. And now, as soon as the baby is born, they can be at the table with you. This is a great height for you to take care of your baby, because they're here, not in a bouncer on the floor. I mean, think about it. You've just had a baby. You don't want to be bending down to get that baby to take care of them. This is super easy and comfortable for you and the baby. And this is also super lightweight. So you need to take a shower, you want your hands free, take this with you into the bathroom. Have the baby here to take care of them. So that's Nomi. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow at 12:30, Don Winkleman, who is a feeding specialist, is going to talk about the signs for when it's time for you to start feeding your baby solid. So that's 12:30 tomorrow. Check in, Dawn Winkleman. She's awesome. And then quickly, the last brand I want to tell you about is Lascal. And Lascal makes a great carrier called the M1 carrier. This is going to be perfect for your newborn facing you, for the older child facing out, and you can use it on their back. And the important things are that it's comfortable for the baby. It puts them in the proper position. It's easy to use. I watched somebody demonstrating a carrier the other day, and they started with, this may seem overwhelming. That's not what you want with a carrier. The M1 carrier from Lascal is a great structured carrier that's going to be easy for you to use, comfortable, and the baby's going to be in the proper hip healthy position. And then lastly, the Lascal buggy board. This is great for you people that are out there expecting your second baby. You've already got a toddler in the house. You've got a stroller you love. You don't want to buy a big double. Put a buggy board on the back. The toddler rides behind. The new baby rides in. Everybody's happy. We make the buggy board in the Mini, Maxi, and the Maxi Plus, which has a little saddle so that the child can also sit. That's it. Come see our booths. Kudos, Dekor, Love to Dream, Nomi, and Lascal. Come see our 5 booths. Learn more about our products. Enjoy the rest of the virtual prego. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.